Freedom is often considered a fundamental human right, central to the idea of individual autonomy and the functioning of democratic societies. However, the concept of freedom is complex and multifaceted. Different perspectives challenge conventional ideas about what it means to be truly free. Here are 10 thought-provoking questions that push the boundaries of our understanding of freedom. 1. Is true freedom the ability to do anything, or the ability to make meaningful choices? The classical idea of freedom suggests that being free means having the ability to do anything one wants. However, some argue that real freedom lies in the ability to make meaningful choices, where a person's decisions have impact and purpose. Can we truly be free if our choices don't lead to meaningful change, or if we lack the resources to make choices that matter? 2. Can one be free in a society that imposes norms and expectations? In every society, there are norms, expectations, and laws that individuals are expected to follow. Some might argue that these restrictions are antithetical to freedom, while others might claim that these rules are necessary for social harmony and personal well-being. What happens to freedom when we live in a society where conformity is encouraged, and how does this shape our sense of individuality? 3. Does freedom of speech always lead to freedom of thought? Freedom of speech is often celebrated as one of the cornerstones of democratic society. But does the right to express oneself freely always lead to the kind of intellectual freedom where individuals can think without constraint? Could the overwhelming noise of conflicting opinions, misinformation, or social pressures sometimes limit our ability to think freely and critically? 4. How does economic inequality affect the freedom of the poor? In societies with significant economic inequality, does true freedom exist for those who struggle to meet basic needs? Can someone who faces poverty, lack of education, or limited healthcare truly be free, or are their choices heavily constrained by their socio-economic conditions? This raises questions about whether freedom can ever be fully realized without addressing economic disparities. 5. Can technology give us freedom or take it away? Modern technology has given individuals more opportunities for connection, knowledge, and convenience. However, it has also introduced new forms of control, surveillance, and dependence. Does technology liberate us by providing endless opportunities, or does it enslave us by creating new ways in which our actions are monitored, regulated, and influenced? 6. Is political freedom enough to ensure personal freedom? Political freedom, the ability to participate in political processes, vote, and influence government decisions, is central to many democratic systems. But is it enough to ensure the broader concept of personal freedom? Can a society be politically free but still limit personal freedom through cultural norms, legal constraints, or social pressures? 7. Can we be free while living in a surveillance society? Surveillance is becoming increasingly pervasive in modern societies, with governments, corporations, and even individuals having access to vast amounts of personal data. In a world where our actions, communications, and behaviors are constantly monitored, can we still consider ourselves free? How do we balance the benefits of safety and security with the right to privacy and autonomy? 8. What role does internal freedom play in the concept of freedom? External freedom, the freedom to act without undue restraint from others, is often the focus of discussions about freedom. However, internal freedom, the ability to think, feel, and be without undue influence or constraint from our own fears, anxieties, or internalized depression, also plays a critical role. Can someone truly be free if they are mentally or emotionally constrained, even if their external circumstances allow them to act freely? 9. Is freedom more about control or release? Many associate freedom with control, the idea that freedom is the ability to control one's environment, circumstances, or future. But others argue that true freedom is found in release, letting go of the need for control and accepting the flow of life as it comes. Which of these perspectives truly embodies freedom, or are they two sides of the same coin? 10. Can freedom be limited without losing its essence? Freedom is often viewed as an absolute, indivisible concept. However, many societies impose certain limits on freedom, such as restrictions on harmful actions or the prevention of public disorder. Is it possible to limit freedom in certain circumstances, such as for the sake of public safety or individual well-being, without compromising the very essence of freedom itself? The concept of freedom is far more complex than simply the ability to act without interference. It encompasses layers of political, social, economic, and personal dimensions that influence how we experience our lives and make decisions. By questioning and exploring these various facets of freedom, we can better understand the challenges and opportunities that shape the way we think about autonomy, rights, and the essence of a truly free life.